Well, good Sunday night live and happy Mother's Day to everybody who has a mother, is a mother, could be called a mother. It is
They,
episode number 255. Can you believe that? 255 of Material Issues. I'm Mark Hershberger of Pop Detective Records. I'm over here in South Jersey. I've been working my butt off for a number of days, working all day today at Il Villaggio for Mother's Day, but it's all part of a great celebration. And I know many of us, we get to our age, we're missing our moms because they're no longer with us. I'm in that camp as well. But it's nice to have in my camp my very good friend from the western part of the United States, sunny Southern California, the president of the International Pop Overthrow Music Festival, Mr. David Bash. David, good. Well, I guess it's evening by now. Is it officially evening on your side?
oh, hardly. It's 5:32.
Yeah, but when does it click over? When is it evening?
I mean, I'd say that 6:30 is a very
All
early.
right, so good late afternoon to you.
Still light until
Yeah, we're
about
actually
7:30.
we're actually dark now, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure you are. Yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway,
this is,
happy Mother's Day. Oh, very nice.
why take the high road when you can take the psychopath?
That's cool. Where'd you get that?
Some retro T-shirt place, but it reminded me of my mom, so I wore it today.
Okay, I won't even touch that. But if you say so.
If I say so.
And I definitely wish a happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers out there, except for Shaft, because they say that cat Shaft is a bad mother.
Bad mother.
Yeah, so we don't want
Hey,
to.
Tim, happy Mother's Day. Good to see you.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have people playing Beat the Bash today. Looking forward to that. But let's see what else is going on. Oh, well, let me do this watch check here. This is a very cool one. I think a lot of my musician friends will appreciate it. It's a company in Austin, Texas called Trafford Watch Company. It's a boutique company. It's run by a guy named Nathan Trafford. He's clearly a music man because a lot of his watches are named after, well, albums mostly, but occasionally band members. Now this one is called Lefty. It is named for a bass player who we all know and love from a fairly popular band. I wonder who. And the color scheme is basically an homage to that bass player's Hofner bass. So if you look at the colors, there are various shades of brown, kind of like the Hofner was. And of course, this bass player was left-handed, and so is this watch. Notice that the crown is on the left side rather than the right.
Pretty cool.
So it's made for left-handed people. I did wear it on my right wrist, like a lefty would, for a couple of days, but I've decided that it's too weird for me.
Doesn't feel right.
But I might do it, when I go to the Cameron.
Yeah.
And I promote this watch, which I plan on doing there. I might wear it on my right wrist just for that day, but right now it's on my left wrist. And it's a really cool watch. And I love supporting boutique companies when I can. And the guy who runs this one, Nathan Trafford, seems pretty cool. So, would like to help him out. He's got a lot of cool watches on his website. One's named Day Tripper. I'm trying to remember if one is named Slowhand after Clapton. I may be wrong about that, but anyhow.
How many does he have? Does he have a number of watches under his brand, or is he kind of new?
No, a decent. I mean, a fair amount, not a whole lot, but just check out his website. The only thing I have to say, well, here was an issue for me, a material issue. The Lefty sold out during pre-order, and I don't like doing pre-orders. That's just me. Obviously, other people do. I don't like having my card tied up. only to see it get delayed. And, again, you've got this amount of money that's towards your card limit, and you don't really want that when you don't have the product. Anyway, right. I didn't pre-order, and it sold out on pre-order, and I was really bummed. But a few months later, I looked online to see, well, maybe someone on eBay has it for not, maybe $100 more than the sale price. Let's see. So I found out that Trafford has partnered with a store in Manhattan, and they carry a certain amount of the lefties. I thought, oh, wow, great. And it was the same price. Problem was, they will not mail it out. You have to
go there. Yeah.
You have to physically go to the store and buy it. Well, either me or someone representing me. So I tried to convince Mr. Trafford to make an exception for me, but he wouldn't. That's his right. And fortunately, I was able to get a friend of mine, Henry Laura, who comes to IPO New York a lot. Fortunately, he was willing to go and pick up the watch for me and mail it to me, which was very nice of him. He had to lay out the money, but I immediately paid him back via PayPal. And, it was a bit of an inconvenience, but he did it. And, obviously, if you end up really liking the watch and you want to buy it, Manhattan's not all that far from you.
Right. Yeah.
So you could drive in and pick it up, or take the train, or whatever you would do. But
what's the millimeter? What's the size?
Yeah, that's the only thing that for you might be a sticking point. It's 39, right, which is that is the lowest.
Yeah.
That I'll go. But I look at it on my wrist, and it wears well on it. So it's not a problem. I wish it was bigger. I wish it was more like the one I showed last week by Junghans, which is 43. But that's people. He seems to think that 39 is in the wheelhouse of more people than the 40s would be. So 42, 43, whatever. So it would have to be something you would look at and try to envision on your wrist. Was it Lefty Wilbur? Yeah, that's it. That's not how you. This is my friend Jeff, and he's talking about an old friend of ours. That is not how he spells his name. You always thought you once made a joke about his name that would only apply if he spelled his last name that way. He does not. There is no U. Anyhow, I'm glad Jeff is watching. Thank you for tuning in. Maybe he'll play Beat the Bash later. He's a little bit younger. He's a little younger than you are. He's less than a year younger than you. So who knows? I'm sure he'll know the 70s stuff, and he'll probably know some of the 60s stuff. Anyway, so enough about watches right now. I got a really cool record. It's an album that is beloved in the UK, and a lot of people in the US are very fond of it as well. One of the quirkiest psychedelic pop albums from the 60s. The Small Faces, Ogden's Nut Gone Flake. I probably I don't know how many versions of this I have, but this is a brand new reissue. It's the mono version, which is a half speed master, and apparently the best sounding. I just got this, so I haven't heard it yet, but apparently the best sounding version. But what's cool to me is it's in this case, and they actually did a reproduction of the original cover, the circular cover.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you could put the record in. The record is housed in its own sleeve, but you certainly could put the record in it if you wanted to and store it that way. I have a US original and a Danish original, which are in the circular cover. It also comes with a nice booklet. It's a pretty cool package.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Amoeba Records had it. I don't know that everybody is going to carry. I don't know that a lot of stores will carry it, but and Amazon didn't have it. So,
Wow.
but fortunately, I was able to buy local rather than order it through the UK website. So yeah, some people think side 2 is too much. There's too much talking on it, and yeah, there's a lot of talking, but that's part of the concept, and it works for me.
Yeah.
And side 1 has that's all music and great kind of Cockney pop with some psychedelic flourishes in there. Yeah, I've always liked this album a whole lot.
Very cool release. Yeah, I like it.
Brand new release. Let's see. Other than that, IPO wise, we're leaving. Rena and I are leaving for Europe in 11 days. As I've mentioned before, we're in Liverpool first, followed by Stockholm, followed by Glasgow. In between Liverpool and Stockholm, Rena and I are going to Milan. So it'll be our second Italian city in 2 years. But she really wants to go there, and it is the second biggest city in Italy. And we checked out the record store, the situation, and it's very good. And she's so tolerant of me going to record shops, and she'll go with me. That I have to, I got to compromise on where we go. I wanted to go back to Amsterdam. We were also talking about Oslo, which we've never been to other than the airport. But she wanted Milan, and so we're going there. And after Glasgow, we're going up to Inverness to see the Loch Ness Monster. Well,
yeah.
Rena can delude herself into thinking we're going to see it, and that's fine with me. And maybe she'll see it, if you know what I mean.
I don't know. She said the Loch Ness Monster wasn't as big as it's purported to be.
Women are always talking about how things aren't as big as they were purported to be. So I'm not going to argue with it.
Well, that'll be a fun trip though too. That'll be great.
Well, it should be fun, and we love Liverpool and Stockholm, but we've never done IPO in Glasgow. We have been there, and we like the city a lot. So this should be, and there are a lot of really cool bands playing. So this should be great.
Well,
all right. Unless you have something you want to talk about, we should get.
I just got one thing which I forgot that I wanted to bring this up because you'll enjoy it. I have a Mediterranean market near me that has now been my new passion. I hadn't been there in a long time, and I stopped by there by just happenstance about 2 weeks ago, and I've been there like 4 or 5 times since. And great lamb kebab, chicken shawarma sandwiches, unbelievable. And I was tooling around the market. And he may ask you for $3.40, $50, and it's a Mediterranean market. I don't know where these are from, but it's a little bag of potato chips called Rich Tomato.
Oh no!
Right? I don't know what language this is. They have like products from Iran, Iraq, Egypt, things like that. But there's virtually no English on anything on here. It just says Rich Tomato potato chips. So I thought I would open this little bag up right now just to give you an essence of.
Oh man!
Holy cow! And it's not even potato chips.
Whoa!
It's rich tomato, and it smells like tomato. Corn curls.
Oh, interesting.
That's like biting into a tomato. Holy cow.
Now, there's no spice or any kind?
No, it's just tomato.
Really? How? No. Do you taste things like cheese or sour cream or anything I would hate?
No, I don't taste any cheese. I taste a corn puff that tastes like a tomato.
Wow. Yeah, I might have to get me one of those.
Yeah, but you might be hard to find. Let me know. I'll send you a bag.
All right, well, sure. Why not? If it's not too inconvenient, yeah, send me a bag. Try and do it before I leave for Liverpool.
Well, I found that essence rare.
That is a quote, by the way, from it's a quote from Joe Pepitone's autobiography. Joe, you really made us proud. it's his dad telling the teenage Joe that he shouldn't play with himself because what comes out is your essence.
Is your essence. Nice.
Yeah,
All right,
so you don't want to lose your essence, of course.
John, why take the high road when you could take the psychopath?
That's right.
I found that essence rare. My favorite Gang of Four song.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Please don't tell him about what the line was about. No, I love, as you know, I mean, Joe, You Could Have Made Us Proud is my favorite baseball autobiography. Yeah, I mean, I don't really consider Ball 4 an autobiography. It's just a diary of a season. And also my favorite baseball biography is also about someone named Joe. Joe DiMaggio, The Hero's Life by Richard Ben Kramer is an amazing biography. Just so well written. I can't really explain why I love it the way I do, but yeah. But Joe Pepitone's autobiography is it's he's very candid about a lot of things. Some of it's probably BS. Knowing Pepitone, well, I don't know. I never knew him, but knowing what I read about him,
knowing Pepitone,
he's he really just kind of tells the story of his life, and he admits to a lot of failures with so many things, mainly that he should have been a superstar baseball player, but if he didn't, if he wasn't so interested in getting pussy every night and not sleep and partying and not sleeping, he probably, he had the talent, no doubt about it, but he didn't have the devotion that you really need to be a superstar player. So
that would have been a good guest for Material Issues had he not passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh, I wanted him so badly. But here's the thing. That I saw an interview with him. Ron Bloomberg, he has a podcast, and Pepitone was on it. The only problem was his wife was there. And so he couldn't, you knew he couldn't tell a lot of the stories he would have loved to.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, it was just much more antiseptic than it would have been.
Just decorum. But
no, for sure has she not been. Well, anyway, shall we play some music?
Yeah, because tonight we thought we'd play about 7 new cool tracks for everybody to hear. We no guests tonight. We're just kind of hanging out here on Mother's Day and doing that. And then afterwards, on the second hour of the show, anybody that wants to try to play Beat the Bash, where you text your answers to me, got a little bit of a different twist on it tonight, but it's kind of pretty much the same as Stump the Bash, with a little bit of bonus questions and extra means of making points. So if you want to do that, stick around. We're going to do it the second half of the hour, but now we're going to play some music.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell my brother about it while we're playing songs and see if maybe he'll join in. Anyway, the first one is from an album that was long awaited by pop fans. Lots of hype. This band has received many accolades for many years, and they're still under 30. And, well deserved. It's, of course, the Lemon Twigs. Their brand new album, which what is it called? Look for Your Mind! ! And it just came out on Friday. And, there were a couple of singles that had been revealed.
Right.
But now we got all the tracks. And yeah, it's a really solid album. Lots of really cool pop songs, some Byrds influence, Beach Boys, Raspberries, Beatles, so many of the touchstones that we love. But I want to play the final track on the album called Your True Enemy. It's probably the most ambitious track. It's a lot of chord changes in it. And, some people love that, some people don't. But let's get it going with the Lemon Twigs from their brand new album, Look at Your Mind. And the track is Your True Enemy. Yeah, on Material Issues. Hold on. Why are we not getting anything? Or are we?
It's coming. It's a fade in.
It's a fade in. That's right.
Oh,
Yep.
well,
That
wow.
I mean that song ends the album, and that's really the only place it could have been. So yeah, I mean there are different schools of thought when it comes to chord changes and power pop. I mean, you have somebody like Walter Clevenger who always said less is more, and and then you have like a band like Chewy Marble who has chord changes up the wazoo, like XTC also,
Yeah.
and Jason Faulkner who this track probably reminds me more of something he might have done than anybody else I could think of. While most of the album is a little bit closer to straight ahead power pop or straight ahead jangle pop. Not
Yeah.
that sort of, not anything like even a modicum of prog influence like this track has.
And let's just briefly talk about that album cover.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. And again, maybe I'm missing something. They might be riffing on a theme of some kind. But even if they are, it's just the artwork is, I gotta say, it's not top notch. Let's put it that way. It's hard to read unless you're under the right light. It's difficult to read some like the song titles on the back.
Yeah.
It just they're probably. I mean, I'm sure they're going for something here because they obviously have to know that it's not high tech in any way. But I don't know. It's not the choice I would have made, but. More importantly, though, is the music within.
Oh, sure.
It's a really good album. Pretty certain to make my top 10, as their last one did. I don't know if I like it as much as the last one, but I need to give it a few more listens. Available on the Captured Tracks label on both vinyl and CD, but also available probably at all of your local record emporiums and online. Obviously, most of the people listening are familiar with this band. Yeah. So, we're not turning them on to something new other than maybe letting them know that the album is available and playing one of the tracks from it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Very good stuff. Yeah. Sometimes, even in this age of, yes, we're out here, find us. Sometimes I still sometimes get bands who contact me out of the blue. Not just with an email saying, here's a link to one of our songs, but with an actual CD. And such is the case of this band from Richmond, Virginia called The Melody Chamber. And they sent me this CD. This is really low tech. It's basically just a sleeve with a CD in it. But the songs on it are very cool. And they certainly don't sound like they're from Richmond. They have a very strong, probably 80s UK influence. Happily, although they're not going to be playing any IPOs that I currently have scheduled, they say they need something a little closer to Richmond than even New York, for example. But they are going to have a track on this year's IPO compilation, and it's the one I'm going to play. It's the first track on the album. It's called Memories of Fall by the Melody Chamber here on Material Issues.
birds were singing in tune with her. Neighborhood children climb her trees. She brings them lemonade and then they tell her stories. Memories of fall. Memories of fall. Memories of fall.
Yeah, that was the Melody Chamber and Memories of Fall from their new album, which you can get on Bandcamp. You have to go to their labels page, Too Good to Be True. Go to their Bandcamp page. They have the album on CD and vinyl. You know who else I heard? The Church, maybe a little bit. They got that sort of that chimey guitar and that lead vocal. But definitely.
Tim chimed in.
Yes, all right, totally. You called it. He doesn't sound exactly like Richard Butler, but he
really has that vibe, though. I mean,
yeah. No, definitely psychedelic first vibe. I really wish I could see these guys play live because that song really impressed me. But if that's good. Your kind of sound, then you'll like the album. It's filled with that kind of thing. You'd never know they were from Richmond, Virginia. That's for sure. That would be one of the last places I guess they were from. But the Melody Chamber, cool new band.
Yeah, very cool.
Let's see what else we got. Now we actually are going to leave the U.S., but we are going to go kind of to where the Church were originally from, Australia, Sydney to be precise, with a band who's been around a little while. And have been cool for as long as they've been around. The On and Ons, their new album on Gem Records, Marty Scott's label, called Luminary. And it's filled with, most of the songs are under 3 minutes. And power pop, garage, all the stuff that we like. I chose a song called Constance, which is not a name that women are donning much these days, or parents aren't naming their kids Constance, but it's a cool traditional name and a very cool song by the On and Ons here on Material Issues. brand new from the On and Ons, a Sydney band on Gem Records. Marty Scott showing his usual good taste. Brand new album called Luminary. Pick it up. I'm sure it's probably on Amazon. It's probably, obviously you can go to the Gem website and get it. But if you like that track, you'll certainly like the whole album. Solid stuff, as always, by this band. Let's see, what do we have next?
We need a Raider record.
A good friend of the show. In fact, he was a guest. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. But brand new album by Rob Bonfiglio. Really cool record. The Over Under is called. And we've known Rob as pop fans for a long time, ever since he was with Scott Sachs in the band Wanderlust. Who put out a few really great albums. Were on a major label for a while. Since then, of course, he's played with Brian Wilson. I'm sure you remember, he's touring with a few other bands right now. And Rob, if you're watching, forgive me, but I don't remember who. But over the years, he has released some fine albums, and this one is no exception. The usual combination of power pop and poignant ballads. I'm going to play the lead-off track because it just hit me right over the head. It's great, and I think everyone will like it a lot. It's called Runnin' From Me on Rob Bonfiglio's new album, The Over Under, here on Material Issues.
Can be what I want, I can say what I need, but I can't keep on running from me. Summer high, winter long, do or die, right or wrong, I just can't keep on running from me. When I catch up, I'm gonna give my best time. To keep my heart in place somehow. There's a key to unlock when I want to be free, but I can't keep on running from me. Found my place in the wild, and it's all like a dream, but I can't keep on running from me.
Brand new album from our good friend Rob Bonfiglio. He and his wonderful wife Carney Wilson were guests of ours early on Material Issues. They were a lot of
it's
fun.
it's been a few years, man.
It really has, yeah. And Rob is an amazing musician and a singer-songwriter. And this album is up there with his best. The Over Under. Obviously picked this one up online. I think it's on his website. I'm sure it's in other places. I probably don't have to tell our listeners how to find stuff. They're savvy enough to figure it out on their own. But why not? A band that song really reminded me of, especially in Rob's vocal delivery on this track, was Splitsville.
Oh, okay.
At least to me, I don't know if other people will hear that, and that's a great segue into our next album. Members of Splitsville, their other band, the Greenberry Woods. And I shouldn't say their other band because I have to say I've always liked this band even more than Splitsville. They're both great. First album in many, many, many years. They got most of the original guys, along with Paul Krisiak from Splitsville, to join them. And of course, it's got the Huseman brothers and Ira Katz. And right there, you've got the songwriters. And this album is called It's All Good, Sugar. At least I think that's the emphasis that they're looking for. And it's wonderful. I have to say, I probably like the second half more than the first, which doesn't happen all that often for me, but it did here. Tracks 7, 8, and 9 in particular. And I wanted to, if you remember when we had Splitsville on, and I played tracks that I really liked, not knowing who wrote the songs, because on every album, all they say is written by Splitsville. And so I would ask who wrote this? And none of Matt's songs came up.
Right.
And but this time, and I also didn't know who wrote what. I found out that, in fact, one of my favorite tracks on the album is written by Matt. And so I wanted to celebrate his songwriting and his singing and all that other stuff, and this great new album, It's All Good, Sugar, by playing his track called The One That Makes You Happy, here on Material Issues.
The way it goes. No one understands us, but it's not clever to repeat things. I would do anything to be the one that makes you happy. I could do everything.
There you go. The one that makes you happy from Greenberry Woods' brand new album. It's all good, Sugar. I should qualify that by saying the release date is May 29th. But I believe you can order it right now through Big Stir Records website. Again, big shout out to Christina and Rex for releasing yet another fine album. Their roster just keeps growing, and there's no fat on that. It's all meat. And this album is excellent, as you would expect from Greenberry Woods. But what do you make of the girl on the cover, though?
Well, let's see. Let's put that up there, and it's very photo maker cover like. Is the girl?
Oh yeah.
Young, or is the girl older? I'm gonna say this looks like about a 13-year-old, but I don't know.
Yeah, but she looks kind of evil. I wouldn't want to mess with her. I'll tell you that.
I remember that photo maker cover. It was like, oh wow, this woman is it's young little girl.
Yeah, you better be careful with that.
Yeah, that was a classic cover. But I don't know. It's she looks like Exorcist or something going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it might be a progeny of Linda Blair, and
but it's all good, Sugar.
Yeah, there you go. And so is the album. So
yeah, it's
I would
very
highly recommend this to any power pop.
A very Scandinavian pop sound to it a lot,
I guess I kind of see where you're coming from there.
Yeah, I get that like Tommy 16 kind of vibe, and that.
Actually, I in the chorus I kind of hear even Beagle.
So I love it already.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got 2 more to play, and then we can go up to do Beat the Bash, and we'll actually be kind of on time. Band from Seattle called The Rallies, with a brand new record called No Better Time, and produced by Johnny Sangster from that great band, the Model Rockets, who had an album in the early 2000s called, I think it was Tell the Kids the Cops Are Here. And I loved that record. And I really like this one a lot. Some more very cool power pop from the great city of Seattle, where we used to do IPO. We did it for, I don't know, about 10 years straight there. And then COVID happened, and we'll see. I mean, I would like to go back there. I know it rains a lot in Seattle, but in August it's usually very pretty. So a great city to visit, but don't try and drive there with. I guess now with GPS you don't have to worry about it. But prior to having GPS in my car, I would get lost almost as often as I would get lost in Boston. It was a tough one. Anyway,
we talked about the previous GPS world and how my daughters would, wonder how we ever got anywhere without GPS and Google Maps. Or I said you had a paper map you unfolded, covered the whole windshield, couldn't see anything.
And then came the Thomas guides, of course.
But you pulled over to a gas station with a payphone and called wherever you were going, saying, "Here's where I'm at. How do I get where you're at?"
Either that, or you pulled over to the gas station and asked for directions.
Yeah, where an attendant would actually come out and be knowledgeable.
Right. Yeah, today's kids, they can't even fathom that. No. I'm not even going to say they can't relate to it. They can't even fathom it.
No, it's unfathomable.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of great tracks on this album, but I'm going to play one that I particularly love called I Believe here on Material Issues.
It's clear to me when I look into your eyes.
That was, I believe, by the Rallies from Seattle and their new album, No Better Time. Now, I got to say, there is a particular 60s song, big hit, top 10, that verse reminds me of. I would say the verse reminds me of this songwriter's general style. Not so much lyric. Well, I mean, no, not so much lyrically, although it could be a 60s lyric. All right. Well, I hear Cherry Cherry by Neil Diamond.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, wow.
I think the verse is very Neil Diamond-esque, and I think the song has a very strong AM radio 60s vibe.
Yeah. No, I really like that track. I like some of the guitar work, that little guitar break where it just went.
Yeah.
That really stood out. It's a good track. Yeah.
There's a cool one. Yeah. So again, the album's available. I don't know. Maybe Cool Cat is carrying it. It wouldn't surprise me. Their website. Yeah. I mean, again, you people out there, if you want it, you'll know where it is. So go and get it.
Yeah.
Final track for the day. Those of you who've been around a while may remember a couple of bands from New York called the Sun Kings and the Goldbergs, and the main guy, who obviously isn't particularly humble, but I don't think he was trying to be conceited by naming the band after himself, Andy Goldberg. And I'll tell you one, I mean, not only does he have a great voice and a wonderful knack for pop songwriting, but he always gets other singers with him that can harmonize. And if he can't, he'll just harmonize with himself. So the harmonies on this particular album, and I'm looking at the back, and there are people singing along on this track. The harmonies, as always, with anything Andy, whatever Andy touches turns to Goldberg.
Yeah,
I'm not here all week.
He's here all night. He's here all night, guys.
All night, yes. Anyway, really cool. A new outfit he has called the Honeymoon Stallions, and all the songs are written by him, and he's got some help. And the album's called Bonafide, but it looks like two words in the title. And I got it. Okay, good. So just came out. And I want to play the lead-off track, which I believe is going to be on this year's IPO compilation. It's called Stay a Little Longer. And where is it right now? I'm looking for it. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where are? Oh, there we are. I'm having a senior moment here. Here on Material Issues.
Here we go.
But I give it all away to spend some time.
Very cool.
Great new pop track by Honeymoon Stallions called "Stay a Little Longer." The first track on their brand new album, Bonafide. Sure, I'm pretty well. I know for a fact Cool Cat has it because that's where I got mine. So
I love the graphics too. Great album cover. That's very cool.
I'm not sure who did the art. I put it away now. So, well, let me see if I can. Oh, there it is. All right, let's see if cover designed by Jeremy Dean.
There you go.
Yeah, not sure who he is, but kudos, Jeremy.
Nice.
All right, so that's I've definitely got more stuff that I can play next time. Maybe we'll do one of these on one of the maybe the final Liverpool day.
Hey, Starman.
You're not going to be able to play Beat the Bash. We're about to start that.
That was a great track though. But yeah, thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you. Happy Mother's Day. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
That was a lot of good new music tonight.
There's more where that came from. Which awesome. Again, maybe the final day of IPO Stockholm when we get back to the hotel, or maybe the final day of IPO Liverpool. Ditto. Maybe we'll play some more music because I'm probably not going to be awake enough to relate well to a guest on those nights, but we'll see.
I'm looking. As I said, everybody don't know, but I got a brand new got a new laptop, and I was readjusting everything for tonight's show from the old desktop to the new laptop, and of course I'm moving and shuffling things all around. I don't know where I put my piece of paper with all the upcoming stuff on the show, but it'll be interesting to see what we have coming up again, because I'll have to revisit it.
Yeah. I think I remember. Maybe.
I don't know where I put it, but yeah, it's just one of those things when you get a new everything. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. Or I think we will. You're right. We're all old. We
can look at last week's show and then just add to it.
Yeah, right.
Right.
There you go. I think. I guess we do have a couple to add to it. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have a few things, but I don't know where I put.
And if I remember, but.
No,
yeah, okay. I remember the two that are added. Now I have to just remember the dates that they're on. I think I'll get it. Anyhow,
yeah.
Is it time to play Beat the Bash?
Well, if we've got anybody out there that's willing to take you on tonight, I don't know who we have.
I contacted a few people who I thought would be very worthy adversaries, and the idea intrigued them, but unfortunately, they were otherwise engaged this evening. Yeah. So, I actually just texted a friend who I spoke with, who said he was possibly going to play, but maybe he hasn't seen the text because I told him where to email you. But yeah, if anyone's watching who wants to play Beat the Bash, some of you already
let us know right now. Send us a message and
let us know if you want to play, so that obviously, I assume Tim does if he's still here, but he should let us know, and anybody else. I think my brother is actually having dinner, and he's very rigid about when he eats, and unfortunately, the time's not working out for him this week. So I don't think he's gonna. He may join us later, but he's not going to be able to play the full game. Yeah, hopefully John Borak is here. He was earlier.
And if nobody's, it's tough. It's Mother's Day, and depending on where you're at in the country, you might be having dinner and doing some things.
That is very true
with family. So we understand that, but
But yeah, if you want to play, make a comment. We should see it. Oh, okay.
Hey, Starman, you still got the text number, right? Probably in your contacts, yeah.
All right. Hopefully, Tim, are you still here? Are you up for this?
We got a couple more people that jumped into the room, so yeah. Tim says I'll play my Usual way. That's okay. It's all good, Tim.
Well, that is the way right now. That's the only way where people are going to text their. Oh no, wait. Tim doesn't text, right?
Yeah, Tim just kind of.
We just take him at his word.
Cool. Yeah, Starman. Send me a text, a test text, so I remember which was your number coming through. But,
and Jeff Glass, if you're still watching, I texted you the email to which you should contact Mark, and he'll give you the number to text your answers. Yeah. And if this isn't coming clear, it's going to very shortly.
All right, and what we're gonna do tonight, just while everybody's watching, normally we have a format where there are 5 clues. You get it in the first clue, it's 5 points all the way down to 1 point in the last clue, or 0. And last time we played, we had some bonus questions for extra points. So tonight, what's going to happen is we're going to stick in 1 year. We're not going 65 to 75 and choosing it. We're going to stick with the year 1973. Right? 1973.
Different numbers.
It's going to be different numbers in 19. Hey, there's Brinley. I got your text, buddy. Thank you. That's all good. So it came through well. So 1973,
Joel Bash,
it's going to be different.
Jeff Glass,
different year-end numbers
this year. Yeah.
It's only going to be 3 clues. So 3 points, 2 points, 1, and then after each, we have a bonus question based on 1973. And at the end of the whole thing, we've got 3 extra bonus questions. So there are bonus points to pick up all across the board if you don't get the actual points on the track.
And so how many questions
there will be 5. There will be 5 different chart positions within 1973.
So how many point? Well, this is Beat the Bash, so I guess it's not Stump the Bash. So
really there are 5 points maximum available. If you get it right away, you get 3 points, and if you get the bonus question, you get 2 points. So your maximum point total for all 5 would be 15 if you got the bonus questions. So
if I got 3 plus 2, so the maximum would be 25, no?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, you're right. You're
so
25.
So 25. You would still say that for me personally not to be stumped, I would need to get 15.
Yes, I would probably slide that up to 18 for tonight, but yeah,
all right.
The 15 would make you feel better.
You never know.
But we got Starman's going to play along, and Tim's going to play along. Anybody else?
Borak, Jeff Glass, where are you?
Oh, Tyler, just get back. Tyler asked, "What do we think of the new Rolling Stones tracks?"
I
really haven't heard it. I've not heard it. Yeah.
I assume, they must be online somewhere. There must be posts, but I missed them.
Yeah, haven't heard it yet, so I can't really comment. That's a good question for maybe next episode. I have to listen to it, but it's all good. And everybody. I mean, if nobody's going to jump in, we'll get it going, and we'll just see how well the three of you guys do, and have a good time with some trivia tonight, right?
Are these questions going to be shown as they were last time?
Yes, I put the work in, and we're going to show the questions. So without any further ado, because Starman does want to play a little bit, we don't want to keep him around here. Oh, I like them, but they are a touch slick for my taste. The Rolling Stones tracks. Cool. All right. Well, that's good to know. All right. I'm going to switch over to the different brand where I have the questions queued up. You'll see a little thing a little bit different.
I've been removed from the stream. Hey.
What? There we go.
There I am.
No, I just had to, it's a different, the other brand.
That's one way for people to beat me. Yeah.
And David has lost. All right. So this is going to be 1973. Let me get my head all cleared up here so I make sure I hit the right clue at the right time. Here is clue number 1. Chart position.
Chart number. I'm sorry.
Here comes chart position 1973, and this may give it away already for David. Number 1. Chart position number 1 in 1973 for 3 points. Here is clue number 1. Written by Irwin Levine and L. Russell Brown, with Motown Stax vocalist Thelma Hopkins, Joyce Vincent Wilson, and Pamela Vincent on backing vocals. This was year-end number 1 for 1973. We got a guess in by Mr. Bash. Yes, David Bash with 3 points is correct.
It was not number 1 on WABC's Top 100. It was number 2.
It's number 2 on WABC. So if anybody,
but that's probably not going to help anybody. So that's why I
we're going to get it.
Most people are going to get this one.
Yeah, I thought we'd throw a loop in things and go with number 1 to see if anybody could jump all over that right away. So we're going to wait for Tim's going to let us know, of course, where he goes. We will go through all 3 clues. Starman, you got a guess? We'll wait for him to respond before we move on to clue number 2.
I wish John Borak and Joel were here. I think they would get this.
It's a pretty good one, though. Especially, I think the big clue right here is the backing vocalist.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'd have to know.
Well, I know Erwin Levine wrote, and I can say this because none of these songs would be in 73's Top 100. I know he co-wrote a few Partridge Family songs, or at least I think he did.
Tim says, Starman says, no guesses here. Tim says, I have a wild guess, but I'm most likely wrong. All right.
Remember, this is the number 1 song of the year.
Yeah.
That's a big clue right there.
All right, here we go. Chart position number 1, clue number 2. See if Starman can pick up 2 points here. It was the top-selling single in the U.S. and the U.K. in 1973 overall, staying at number 1 on Billboard for 4 weeks in April 1973. So this was the overall top-selling single in the U.S. and the U.K. for 1973. It was a big one. Big single. Yeah, sometimes when you think about it, it just doesn't dawn on you, but you know.
There was I don't care about embarrassing this guy because he was a jerk, but there was a record dealer. You may have seen his ads in Goldmine. Norman Feinberg, Infinite Records.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
I worked for him for a little bit. Yeah, he was a jerk and very, very immature. I mean, you know, he made me seem like John Houseman or something. He had an employee named John Overall who I guess had a reputation with the ladies. So, and Norman did not even close. And he would say things like, and he thought he was really clever with this. He'd say, overall, how many girls have you fucked overall? Or overall, how many girls have you fucked overall? He thought he was really clever coming up with that one.
All right, well, Starman.
Weird things that I remember.
Starman didn't have a clue there. We don't know about Tim till we get to the end, but here's the third and final clue. Chart position number 1, clue number 3, to see if Starman can get a point out of this. Hold on a second. We're checking in with Tim says, I really started listening to music in 1974.
Oh, come on, but you've certainly gotten a lot of the ones before 74.
I know. Here we go. Chart position number 1, clue number 3. The song is told from the point of view of someone who has done his time in prison. He's returning home on a bus and is uncertain whether his girlfriend will welcome him. The song was first offered to Ringo Starr, but Al Steckler of Apple Records told the writers that they should be ashamed of the song and described it as ridiculous.
Yeah, this is coming from the guy who eventually did No Song. I don't know if Al Steckler had anything to do with that choice, but for anyone associated with Ringo to call any song ridiculous is yeah. Well, I mean, there's no way you're not getting this right if you've heard the song.
Tim says he's got the 1 point.
Yeah.
We'll see after we after we hear from Starman checking in whether he's got any guesses at all. And we'll have number
Again,
one.
Keep in mind, everyone, Starman is only 24, so any points he gets.
Yeah, he's already
really,
amazed us. Al Steckler decisions are always bizarre. I got nothing. All right, Starman had nothing. Tim, let us know if you got the point. The answer to the question number one, chart position number 1973, is Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree by Tony, Orlando, and Dawn. And I didn't know if it dawned on you. You heard my comment a couple minutes ago, but it obviously didn't dawn on anybody.
I actually didn't. That one went right by me. So
yeah, I didn't even see a smirk on you there. Like, ooh, good one. So we'll see. We'll see if Tim verifies his 1 point. Starman did not get any points on that.
I can't imagine he didn't.
I think Tim probably did. Let us know, Tim, if you got 1 point. Here comes the comment. Starman says, wow, should have known. Can't even conceive of that being sung by Ringo. And Tim, yes, he's got the point. So after round number one with the song, it's David 3.
Yeah, again,
Starman 0.
Hearing some of the stuff Ringo sang, I can conceive of him singing anything.
But we do have a bonus 2-point question. If you did not pick up any points, Starman, here comes a bonus question. You can get right back in it. These are all 1973 related on the bonus questions. Here we go. Bonus 2-point question. What sold more in 1973? Was it vodka or was it whiskey?
This is this is totally random unless you really know.
Unless you know your vodka or whiskey.
50 chance, so I'm going for it.
1973, did the public want more vodka or more whiskey? David has checked in, and David has picked up 2 points on the bonus question. Starman, he'll after Starman has a guess, Brindley's guess, then Tim, you can send your guess through the comments. Let's see. Starman's guess is on the whiskey train. And Tim says he's going with vodka. So Tim picks up 2 points. Starman, it was vodka. It was the first time that vodka ever outsold whiskey. And,
I kind of figured, looking at the choices, I figured whiskey was too obvious, that you were trying to throw us off with that one. So I went for the less obvious choice.
But that's all right. So you see Tim picks up 2 bonus points. So he's at 3. David's already jumped out to a 5-point total. And Starman was not a good year for you, but we've got more to come. Here we go. The second chart position we're going to deal with from 19. Oh, we got a comment. We got to see. Damn, it's not my night. Hey, it's not over yet.
We got started.
We're just getting started. The second chart position we're going to play with is chart position number 25 in 1973. Chart position number 25. Here's clue number 1. Track written by Doug Edwards and Dave Richardson in 1972. The song's title is actually never mentioned in the song.
Wow.
We need the song title and the artist.
Right.
I don't care about spelling. If you want to shorten things, lengthen things, I don't care. But the song title was never actually mentioned in this song. It came in at number 25 in 1973. Written by Doug Edwards and Dave Richardson.
Oh, God. That's a great clue. I don't know that songwriting pair, so.
Yeah, you have to go with what song. And that's even, the first clue is always a tough one. I can't give it completely away right away.
No, for sure. I'm just trying to think. I'm just trying to think of songs, but every one of them
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. It's a stretch to try to figure out what song did not. Number one, what came in.
When you say, all right, I don't know if you can tell me this, but when you say the title's not mentioned, is it possible that a variation of the title is mentioned?
In this case, not really.
Not really?
Yeah. So you're not going to hear the actual song title.
It's not like, for example, reach Reach Out in the Darkness. The real title is Reach Out of the Darkness.
No, it's not that. It's not that specifically vague. The actual song title is not mentioned in the song. Brindley says he's got nothing yet, but it does sound familiar. See, you're hanging on.
Give me a little bit more. Give me just a little more time, which
give me just
is the wrong year, and the title is mentioned. In fact, it's the first lyrics.
It's funny you mentioned that track. Give me just a little more time. For some reason, that takes me right back.
Yeah,
that takes me right. It really does.
Sure does.
I don't.
Oh gosh.
So Brindley's in with. He's not sure yet. We don't know.
I mean, we could sit here all night with me trying to.
Tim, you got anything?
Songs and
David's going to pass on the 3-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if I thought about it for 10 minutes, I'd get it. But yeah.
All right. Well, here we go. Chart position number 25. Clue number 2 for 2 points. Starman says, glad to not be the only one irked by that, friend in love.
I don't know that I'm irked by
Tim
it.
is stumped. All right, here we go. Clue number 2. Make sure I click the right button. Here we go. Released in February 1973 on Capitol, backed with The Writings on the Wall, described as soft rock. The track spent 21 weeks on the chart, peaking at number 9. The Writings on the Wall.
I don't think
rock.
I have this single, but it's on.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
If released in 73, it was a hit probably in the spring somewhere. I mean, in February, it's probably in the spring somewhere.
Wow.
But man, my brain is not working right now the way it should.
It's a tough one. Soft rock, where it doesn't mention the title at all in the song.
Let me think of Capitol. Who else?
It did spend 21 weeks in the chart, so it hung around for quite a long time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of what was on Capitol. I could think of a few, but the titles are there. Shit. Oh, David, come on. This is something where I should be able to use my knowledge to get it, but it's not coming.
That's why I picked 1973. So I know your wheelhouse is 72. You love 1970, but I thought I'd sneak
73 it's certainly part of my wheelhouse. It's not quite.
Starman Brindley's close, but he can't come up with it.
Wait, I'm gonna want to take a couple of minutes on this. I just have to think about who was on that label.
Every time you need a little, you have to sing, give me just a little more time.
There you go. I'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, I can definitely roll my R's. Damn, who else was on Capitol? I can think of one person, but I don't think
yeah, it's interesting. It's
not
interesting.
Number
question.
9. All right.
2 points.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna guess this, but you said it wasn't. Well,
it's not vodka.
I mean, this. And again, if this is right, I'm gonna have a little issue with you. But
sometimes we do have issues, but
material or otherwise.
Tim's not knowing it. David has a guess that just came through. And what is your issue, David? Well, we can't say your issue, but you have 2 points.
My issue is
don't say it.
My issue is you said that that a variation of the title.
Well.
And the variation of the title is, I know that was going to be my guess. The variation of the title is definitely in there.
Well, okay, a half of the title.
Well, but
right?
Come on,
right? I mean, but the actual title's not in there.
No, it's not in there. But I asked if a variation is, and it kind of is.
Okay, kind of.
I'll say. I mean. I'll give a clue to other people. It's sort of backwards.
Okay. All right.
And so I think I should get 3 points.
I could give you 3 points. I see where you're coming from. I will give you 3 points on that.
Thank you.
The judges have ruled. I see where you're coming from. But Tim's not sure. Brindley's not sure. So we're going to move on to clue number 3 to see if it gives it to either one of them for a point. Here we go. The initial single released from the group's album was not successful, but Rosalie Tremblay, a music director out of CKLW, a Canadian station in Windsor, Ontario, played the album cut repeatedly for 3 months in an effort to satisfy the Canadian government's requirement for CanCon, which is Canadian content.
This band is from Canada. I knew that.
So tell us Canada.
Here's why I thought I was sure I had it for the first.
Oh wait, we don't know from Brindley yet. We got to know if Brindley has a clue.
No, I'm not gonna mention the title. I recognize one of the names of the songwriters.
Brindley might have it. He's going to text me his answer. Don't put it in here because actually you could probably put it in here, Brindley, because I won't pull it up on the screen. Then we'll see if Tim has an answer. But I see where David's coming from, so I had to give him the 3-pointer.
It did better. I'll say this: I predicted the song would finish at number 6 on WABC's Top 100. That's how big a hit I thought it was. It ended up only being number 63, so it did much better nationwide.
Brindley says he's going to have to pass. So Tim says he does not know. So let's get this off the screen right here. The answer. Chart position number 25, 1973, was Wildflower by Skylark.
A song I truly love.
Yeah.
I recognized the first songwriter's name. I vaguely recognized it, which is why I wanted to make that guess. But that's why I asked you, is there a variation of any kind? And you said no.
Yeah.
The lyric is, she's a free and gentle flower growing wild. So you've got flower and wild.
I see where you're going from there, but yeah.
If you had said, well, yes, there is, I would have immediately guessed a wildflower.
I see what you meant. Yes.
And then once you said it was on Capitol, I was thinking, wait a minute, he already said no. But then I remembered it did finish number 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right.
You got it.
Good.
Well, here's the bonus question. You could pick up 2 points. So Tim got before. So let's go to the bonus for 2 points. Pop it up right here. Within 5 cents, what was the national average gas price per gallon in 1973? So I need you to have a guess on what the national price per gallon of gas in the U.S. And if you get within 5 cents of the price, you get 2 points.
Is this regular or unleaded?
Yes. We're going regular. Let's go with regular. And so Brindley, text me a number. What you think it is, price per gallon. Tim, do the same thing. David has a guess in, and he picks up 2 bonus points. He is racking in the points. David was there. Gonna wait on an answer.
I know what number I thought it was. It's not the one I texted you, so we'll see if I'm right.
Brindley has come in with a guess, and he is not within 5 cents. I think you'll be surprised. Well, Brindley wouldn't. Yeah, he's not old enough to really know what gas was back in those days. But
he can get. Well, look again. If he knows about music, he might have seen this on. Sometimes on TV shows they have scenes with gas stations, and I always love that. Like on Rockford Files, for example.
Tim has come in with a very good guess, but not close enough. Tim guessed 32 cents. The actual was 39 cents.
That was going to be my guess. Oh my God. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I know you had to take a shot.
I said 40 just to be a little safer.
39 cents. So I needed you to be at 34 cents or 44 cents. Tim came in at 32. So he was pretty darn close. But David takes home 2-point bonus on that. Brindley actually guessed $1.70, which is a pretty good guess, but way back in 73, we're talking 39 cents a gallon, Now keep in mind not that this is even close to relative, but
keep in mind that most cars in 73 were like very high engine muscle type cars. They were
Gas
getting like
guzzlers.
12 miles a gallon.
It's right.
But
It might have
I'll still take that over what it is now. I don't care if I was getting
Exactly.
80 miles a gallon.
But all right. Well, after two of the five songs, David is racking up 10 points right now. Tim's at 3. Starman has not jumped on the board yet, but we're going to go to the third track. It gets a little bit easier, but this is chart position number 11.
Oh.
Chart position number 11,
Are there
1973.
going to be any like higher number chart positions coming in?
Oh, most likely.
All right.
Yeah. I just thought I'd jump back a little bit easy before we got really tough. So
All
here
right.
we go.
There-
Chart position number 11,
I
clue
don't
number
even know if I'm gonna
1.
get this, so.
Let us know. A Southern, that's supposed to say Gothic. My typing's bad, but a Southern Gothic murder ballad written by songwriter Bobby Russell, who was married to the track's singer. So a Southern Gothic murder ballad written by Bobby Russell, and he also happened to be married to the singer of the track. I think David's busy typing away.
David's tight.
It was not even tough for David. 3 points right away out of the bat. He's already at 13, blowing it out of the water. We've got Starman. Yikes. No wonder there's so much nostalgia. Yeah. Got gasoline prices. Southern Gothic murder ballad written by Bobby Russell. He married the singer. Tim thinks he might have this one. Brindley, let me know if you've got a guess on this Southern Gothic murder ballad. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think I knew from listening to American Top 40. I'm pretty sure I knew who wrote the song.
Oh, cool. Yeah. But yeah, I think the biggest clue here is this person was married to the track's lead singer. Southern murder ballad.
I think.
Put
Yeah, I
those
think.
together.
I think the singer was Charlie Daniels. Actually, no.
Starman Brindley says nothing here. I know Bobby Russell, but not well enough. All right, let's go on to clue number 2. See if you get this, Brindley, and see how Tim fares by the end. Here we go. Released November 7th, 1972. So the end of 1972 on the Bell label, backed with Diamond Dance. It was produced by Snuff Garrett, originally offered and rejected by Liza Minnelli and Cher. They both rejected it, but the track peaked at number 1 in 1973 for 2 weeks.
I wonder how well it would have done if Liza Minnelli sang it, because she wasn't exactly burning up the charts.
No.
I certainly could see
Cher.
I certainly could see Cher doing it. I have a comment about that though, but I don't want to say it because it might give it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, Liza Minnelli.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Yeah. But
No, I think she had the voice for it, but she wasn't exact. I mean, that could have really resurrected her singing career,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
she could have been a one-hit wonder. Who knows?
Tim still thinks he has it. Tim's going to hang on to 3 points. He still thinks he has it. Brindley, what are you thinking, buddy? Any guess on a track produced by Snuff Garrett? Pass for now, says Brindley. All right, Brindley, here we go. We're going to go on to clue number 3 to see if you can get a point
I really
out of
wish
this
Joel
to get
was
on the
playing.
board.
I think Joel might have gotten all of these.
Yeah, see, you're going to have to tell him to watch this episode and say, damn it, should have played. Here we go. Clue number 3. In the song's chorus, the singer blames the local criminal justice system for her brother's death, warning the listener, don't trust your soul to no backwoods Southern lawyer because the judge in the town got blood stains in his hands.
I think it's on his hands, but okay.
Well, that could be. I can't type anymore of these damn fingers, but blood stains.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I hate when I want to type an O and I get an I or vice versa.
Yeah, it's
It happens
crazy.
all the damn time.
And my eyesight's so bad, I don't see it half the time. I think they probably gave it away to Tim. Tim's probably very confident. Yeah, Tim said he's got it. We'll let you'll let us know if you got it from
sure he had it.
For the 3 points, Tim. We'll see if Brindley has any idea. There it is. Local criminal justice system, brother's death. And that is, yep, Brinley says, not my night. Don't have it. Mother's Day has been bad for Brinley. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the answer, chart position number 11, is The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia by Vicki Lawrence, who, of course, we all know her from the Carol Burnett show. And married to Bobby Russell, the songwriter.
Yeah, Casey mentioned that he was the writer and that he was married to Vicki Lawrence. The first time I heard the song, I don't know if it was on WABC or American Top 40. I was shocked that it was her. I mean, I didn't know her as a singer at all.
Right.
And little 6 degrees of material issues separation here. Bobby Russell co-wrote several of the songs on that Hit Records label with Bergen White.
Oh, okay. Wow. And we had Bergen White on our show, which was
remember we
fascinating interview.
We spoke with them about Hit Records, the label that cashed in on actual Hit Records.
Yeah. Tim says I didn't know you're married, but he got it right away. So Tim is going to check in with 3 points. Brinley's still not on, but here is the bonus question. For the third track. I think this is a pretty good 2-pointer for everybody. Check it out. 2 points. Bonus question. Name the popular TV show that ended its 14-year run on January 16th, 1973. 431 episodes. Came to an end in January of 1973. Super popular television show.
If I'm right, it's one I barely watched because it was past my bedtime until the 70s when I didn't care.
Brinley came in with a guess, and Brinley is not correct.
Oh, damn.
David came in with a guess, and David is not correct.
Oh, I'm wrong on that one.
Oh, I did not get the
wow.
Okay. Tim, you can go ahead and put it in the comments if you know the answer to this bonus question.
I certainly, that's the only guess I had.
Year run. 431 episodes. We will wait.
I think I might know it, but I think I know it now.
I mean, Gunsmoke got about as close as you can without being on it.
Yeah. Well,
let me know, Tim. Sorry, I gotta.
You actually gave away a wrong answer. So if Tim had that, now he can. I think I have it now, but I could be again. I was sure it was.
Tim is checking in. Hold on a second here. Tim got the 2-point bonus question. Tim answered it right. The answer is Bonanza.
Oh, it wasn't the. I was also thinking Ed Sullivan.
That was Brinley's guess. Brinley guessed Ed Sullivan, which was a great guess, awesome guess for somebody as young as Brinley. But Tim came in with the correct answer. Tim has closed the gap. Tim's at 8 points. David is hanging at 13 points, and it's only a separation of 5. I mean, sorry, David's at 16 points.
Tim has 8 points, really?
Yeah. David's at 13.
Which ones did he get?
He got 1 point, then he got a couple of the bonus points.
Okay.
So we're at 13.
Wow.
13 to 8.
All right. This is not a lock.
It's not a lot because remember, after these 5 and the 5 bonus, there's also 3 2-point bonus additional bonus questions at the end of this whole thing. So it can all turn around quickly. All right, here we go. Song number 4, chart position number 37. Climbs up a little bit. 1973. Here we go. Clue number 1. As soon as I check in, I'll take being almost close. That's right. That was a fantastic guess, Brinley. Clue number 1, chart position number 37. Here we go. A song written by Sherman Kelly and originally recorded in 1970 by Kelly's band Bafalongo.
I just read about this and I don't remember.
In 2000, English band Top Looters' cover became a worldwide hit and achieved multi-platinum status in the UK.
Oh, I think I know it.
But it was originally recorded by Sherman Kelly's band Bafalongo.
If it's not this, I don't have any idea.
David's going to come in with a guess. We'll see if Brindley and or Tim.
You know what's funny? I read about it and I said, I'll bet it's eventually going to be a stump the bash question, and that's going to be a clue, and I'm not going to remember it. I actually said that to myself, and I think I might be right unless I get it with this guess.
Well, David has come in with a guess, and David has racked up 3 points.
All right, guess
Got it.
part of my memory still works.
Something still
Thank God, as a 67-year-old man, I have
in the
some
synapses.
cells left.
And let's see, Tim has no clue at this moment.
Yeah, if I hadn't just read it, I never would have known it. Not even
See
close.
if Brindley has any idea whatsoever. It's a tough first clue because you gotta kind of know. Well, you can't know Boffalongo, but you got to know Top Loader, I guess.
I've seen the Boffalongo album, when in my record shopping travails, but it's never been anything about it that compelled me to buy it.
No.
So
Well,
I don't remember
Brindley,
why. I don't remember why I read it.
but you did.
Read about it, but I did, and wow, it's paid off here.
Well, David picked up 3 points. He's up to 16 points. He's rocking great. But here we go to see if Brindley or Tim can get 2 points. Chart position number 37, clue number 2. Sherman Kelly wrote the song in 1969 while recovering from a brutal assault by a St. Croix gang, during which he was beaten with baseball bats and his girlfriend was gang raped.
Whoa.
He then envisioned an alternate reality, the dream of a peaceful, joyful celebration of life.
Wow, I didn't know any of this stuff. And
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I don't think it would have given me any hint to what the song was.
No, the big hit.
Wow.
You put clue number 1 in. Boffalongo, Top Loader had a hit with it, and here you have Beaten and
The Top Loader didn't help. I've never even heard of them.
I remember their version. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I remember.
Never heard it. Never heard them.
And of course, this song is going to be about a peaceful, joyful celebration.
Yeah, I'd say that's
life.
that's pretty accurate.
But it's a tough chart position, tough track. Let's see if Tim and or Brindley has a guess. David's already in at 16 points. He's racking it.
Wouldn't have thought Saint Croix would be a place where there would be a brutal gang, but
Yeah.
yikes. Terrible thing.
Let's see if Brindley or Tim has any idea before we move on to clue number 3, chart position number 37. Sometimes I think of these clues, I almost start singing the track. Maybe I got it, probably not. Tim's thinking about it. Brindley, any idea? If not, we're going to move on to clue number 3. David's already got it. He's sitting back comfortable. Brindley says nothing here, but unfortunately I have to step out. Hey, if I can't return, we'll watch back later to see if I even stood a chance. Thank you, Brindley, for hanging out as long as you did.
I think with Brindley, the 60s, ironically, might be even better.
Easier for him. Yeah. All right, Tim, let's give you clue number 3. See if you can pick up a point here. Here we go. Released by this Paris group in 1972 on the Perception label, backed with Lady Come On Home. It peaked at number 13 on Billboard for 2 weeks in late February, early March.
Obviously, it was on the charts for several weeks to be able to get up to 34, was it?
37
for the year. That's it's bigger than I ever would have thought.
Let's see if Tim has any clue. If not, David takes that one home.
It's so funny that I read about it and said it's going to be a stump the bash. Yeah. All right. Next time, let's do a 60s one, Mark.
We can.
If you do this format, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like this. I kind of like something different. It's always, we try to keep it interesting. And Tim says no clue. The answer after 3 clues, chart position number 37. The song was Dancing in the Moonlight by King Harvest. King Harvest, Dancing in the Moonlight, a group out of Paris, France.
I did not know they were from Paris either.
Yeah, Paris, France. That was very interesting to me as well. Well, the gap widens. Starman was blanked tonight, but he's probably going to do a lot better if we hit the 60s. But
this is the best I've ever done. I have every point so far. I shouldn't.
You are racketing. Your overall is what we got, 19, and Tim is at 8. So you're killing it. And we're coming down to the final. What we got? Actually, we got a bonus question.
We got a bonus question.
We could add 2 more points on here. Oh, I love this bonus question. Here we go. Here's the bonus question for 2 points, Tim.
No, I don't have all the points. I'm sorry.
American Graffiti, a top film of 1973, featured young actors Ron Howard, Richard Dreyfuss, and Harrison Ford. But who directed the film?
I've known that too, and I don't remember. Fuck.
Interesting.
I'll just make
let's
a guess.
just say it's a pretty well-known director.
I don't think this guess is right, but.
And Tim, of course, you can chime right in with your guesses now, because it's you versus David as we wind down. Oh, David has a guess in. It is not correct.
No, I didn't think it was, but this is another one that I've known and just don't remember.
Let's see if Tim has a guess. Tim's coming in, and Tim has the exact same guess as David.
Wow.
You both went with Francis Ford Coppola, but the answer is George Lucas.
Oh, okay.
George Lucas, Star Wars.
Yeah, I never would have remembered that.
But all right, well, score still stands at 19 for David and 8 for Tim. We're going to go on to the final 1973 song. The chart position is going to be number 59. Chart position number 59. We're going to end it up a little bit tough. Here we go. Clue number 1. A 1971 song written by Joe Raposo for the children's television show Sesame Street as its signature song. In 1973, it gained popularity when performed by this act and peaked at number 3 on Billboard.
Huh. You know, I actually watched Sesame Street a little bit, but not by 71.
Yeah, great song. It was Sesame Street's signature song, but this act picked it up, recorded it, released it, and peaked at number 3. 59. It was the chart overall. 59.
I have to think that the guess I have is the song would be bigger than that. It certainly was on WABC, but it doesn't always work that way.
3-point question. David's guess is coming through. I see the little dots, blinky, blinky, blinky.
I don't think this is right.
Now David has a guess for 3 points, and he is not right.
Yeah, this song's got to have been much bigger than 59.
We'll see if Tim has a guess. He's trying to go back into his Sesame Street mind, and
yeah, Tim being younger than me, he might have.
See if he was a big Sesame Street watcher in 1973, and for years after that. To tell you the truth, actually, but David did not get the 3 point.
No, David did not.
David is by no means stumped tonight. He was on.
No, I got the required points, but
here comes Tim in with his guess. He's got no guess. Not a Sesame Street.
Well, he can't. Since I didn't get it, Tim can't show his guess, because if he's right, then
that's absolutely true. Because you both are up for 2 points right now. So here we go. Chart position 59. Clue number 2. This was the debut single on this act's 1973 album, Now and Then.
Oh.
It became this act's 7th gold single and 8th top 10 single off their album Now and Then, if you are familiar with album titles.
This one.
David has picked up 2 points, which vaults him over the 20-point total at 21. Having a great night.
Did not know about this song's relation to Sesame Street, although thinking about it now, it makes perfect sense.
Now it's quite obvious. Yes. See if this helps Tim at all. seventh gold single, 8th top 10 single. Obviously, a very popular group. 1973.
I
guess.
Wow, I recognize the album. I knew they had an album with that title.
Here we go. Third and final clue, Tim, to see if you can pick up 1 point. Here we go. Released early January 73 on A&M, backed with Drusilla Penny. That might not give you too much, Tim.
It probably would have given me something.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, it probably would help Joe. See if Tim is completely blanked on this one.
I'm so bummed that we don't have other players.
I think Mother's Day kind of.
No, it probably did. I thought, but John Borak was here and Jeff Glass was here, and both of them remember those years.
Yeah, it depends what people are going
Jeff
for
is
dinner night.
Jeff is what, like 6 months younger than you, and
yeah,
John is right around the same age as you.
See if Tim has a guess. If not, we'll go on to the bonus for 2 points. Tim is coming in he's blanked. All right, Tim, wow. You're going to be disappointed to know that the song was "Sing" by the Carpenters. Sing a song.
I wonder how many people covered that and made Joe Raposo quite a bit of money.
A lot of money for Joe, yeah. Well, after all of that, we have a bonus question left. Let's see if Tim can pick up 2 points. David can add to his total with 2 points. Here it is, the final bonus question of the song list tonight, chart position number 59. The first handheld mobile phone was demonstrated by Martin Cooper of Motorola in New York City in 1973. Within 4 ounces, how much did that phone weigh?
You're going to make me do some math here. Okay.
How much was the first mobile phone? How much did it weigh? And you got to come within 4 ounces.
Well, I'm thinking about some mobile phones that I've had when they were mass produced. I have to figure that this one would weigh more, although maybe not. So let me think. What would that have weighed?
It's quite amazing.
Although you're saying within 4 ounces, so yeah, I mean that's a small range that we have here. So I mean, it can't be.
I was thinking if we had a close game going on here, I didn't want to make this a real broad question, so I said 4 ounces. All right, yeah, we'll see if.
I mean, then that means it's probably lighter than I would think it would be, but who the hell knows? Okay.
4 ounces. Well, David's guess is just in, and David is nowhere near.
See, I thought because it was only a 4 ounce range that maybe it was a lot lighter than I thought, but no.
Tim, you can go ahead and throw your guess in. Here comes Tim. Let's see if he gets. Tim guessed 4 pounds, 8 ounces, and Tim gets 2 points.
Wow.
The actual weight of the very first Motorola mobile phone was 4 pounds, 7 ounces.
That's amazing.
Tim missed it by 1 ounce. I should have given a 50-point bonus had he hit it exactly to win the whole night. But
yeah, that's right.
4 pounds, 8 ounces.
See, that's what, again, I would have thought it was something akin to that, but only a 4 ounce range is all we get for something that's 56 ounces. Wow.
But look, it didn't bother Tim. He almost hit it exactly on the nose.
Yeah, it didn't.
But man,
I overthought it and I lost.
All right. Well, after all the songs, the score right now, David is at 21 points. Tim is at 10. But we do have 3 2-point bonus questions to add on to your total just for fun. And this bonus questions are all first lines of songs from 1973.
And these are worth 2 also?
These are worth 2 points.
Right.
So what you got to give me is just the name of the song based on the first lines of the lyrics.
You don't have to give the artist?
Nope, don't have to give the artist. You don't have to give the artist, but if you want to, it's fine. I'm just looking for the name of the song.
All right.
Because if you know the song, you probably know the artist. But here we go. First clue for 2 points. Add on to your total. When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school, what's the song?
I know this one.
When I think back on all the crap I learned in high school.
I had a friend in school here. I had a friend in sixth and seventh grade who had the same name as this artist. And it wasn't until I moved from Poughkeepsie in the beginning of 8th grade that I realized that I didn't know this artist's name. And it's like, oh, I could have made fun of him for a couple of years, and I didn't.
Well, David, are you coming in with a guess? Because Tim's
David is coming in.
David's guess is Kodachrome, which is correct, and Tim also guessed Kodachrome. So Tim picks up 2 points. David picks up 2 points, adding to the total. Great job, gentlemen. We're going to go for a second 2-point bonus question here. First line of lyrics. My father married a pure Cherokee.
Oh.
My mother's people were ashamed of me. 2 points. David's typing. I see the little things twirling around. David picks up 2 more points. He has hit the 25-point mark tonight, just absolutely killing it on Mother's Day. Well, let's see if Tim has a guess. Father married
I so
a pure
wish
Cherokee.
Joel played this one. He would have done well.
Yeah, he probably would have done very well. That's okay. That's just going to wet his whistle for next time. And Tim is coming in with a nope. Tim, the track is Half Breed by Cher.
I was thinking back to, so Cher was offered the night the lights went out in Georgia, and I'm kind of thinking, did she turn it down because it was another novelty type song and she just didn't want to be known as?
Maybe.
But then she goes ahead and does Half Breed.
And then she does Half Breed, which,
So-
yeah. Yeah, who knows at the time? It also probably depends very much on what the demo sounds like. You
That's
know?
very true.
And if you didn't like the way the demo sounded, no matter what it was, your version might not have been good.
And Vicki Lawrence probably figured, what do I have to lose?
Yep.
If it's a bomb, no one will know, and if it's a big hit, hey, I'm on the gravy train.
Absolutely. All right, final question of the night. See what the grand totals are. Here you go. Last line of lyrics. Well, we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we're loved everywhere we go. I made these 3 kind of simple lyrics just to see who maybe needed some points and could take over everything. But we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we're loved everywhere we go.
I know you like this band.
I love this band. Yes, I do. Jersey band. David finishes the night with 2 points extra for a grand total.
Not a band I would have thought was from New Jersey, although maybe they're out in the sticks because.
Yeah, they were a Central Jersey bar band. There you go.
Yeah.
Cover a Rolling Stone. Tim in with 2 bonus points. And that finishes up tonight's Beat the Bash. David with 27 points. He was not only not beaten, he wasn't even closely stumped.
Well, this was a fairly easy one.
It was. I tried to make Mother's Day version a little easier.
Yeah, I mean we're picking a year that's closer to my wheelhouse and sticking with it. And you pick some pretty easy numbers too.
Yeah. And Tim finished up with a very respectable 14 points. I mean, you almost doubled him, but I mean, some of these were a little bit tough. Admittedly, the numbers could be tough, but a little bit different take on everything tonight. And we had a good time with it, and we learned some things. We learned some things on some of these tracks. I think that's half the fun. But Great job, Tim. Thank you for hanging out with us and playing another episode of Materialicious. 255 episodes. Crazy, huh? Can never beat the bash. Never say never. I've seen David have some off nights.
Had some off days, believe me.
Yes, he does. Yes, he has. But You never know. That's why we play. That's why we have fun with it, and we do have fun with this. It's a neat little thing. We learned a couple facts along the way.
Let me see. I got to look back at our texts to see when or who our guests are.
Yeah, because I can't find my my list of things that I had right here, because like I said, I got the new computer, and everything is in a mass disarray.
I can think of everyone, but I thought we had one for July 5th. And I can't see who it is.
Yeah, well, we know who next week because we changed it. We know the 14th and the 21st of June.
And I got the 28th of June. But I thought there was somebody for July 5th.
You did have a July 5th.
And
Hold
I'm
on.
not seeing the text.
Hold on. Yeah.
I know who it is. All right.
Yep, you got it.
You got it. All right. We're good.
All right. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk. Oh, it's super guest coming up. So just watch, everyone. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Tim.
Not sure who that super guest is that he's referring to, but I like to think all of our guests are super.
Well, we got some great stuff coming up. Let's see.
Let me pull up something in my email because I need to know the title here. Okay, got it.
Cool. All right. Good.
All right. So next week, on the 17th, I believe that would be. Yeah. Those of you who are old enough to remember MTV, the inception of it, when songs were actually in rotation and they played music. What a concept. One of the songs, kind of an islandy sort of thing, called The Belly of the Whale, was in heavy rotation. And the band who did it was called Burning Sensations. And yeah, I know what those are about. That's for sure. And one of the main men of that band went on to form a band called Cosmo Topper.
Right.
And they played many shows around LA. And this musician is so well thought of around here, and really engaging guy. And he will have all kinds of stories about the LA rock scene from the 70s and on. One band that he knew really well, personally, in fact, was Spirit. And he probably saw them play, 100 times. So he'll have some really good stories about Spirit, but we'll also want to hear about his own music. And his name is Morley Bartnoff, member of Burning Sensations, main man of Cosmo Topper.
Feel like Jonah in the belly of the whale. I love that.
Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah, I mean, we all remember that video for sure.
Yeah,
so he will be on next week, a Sunday.
It's May 17th at our normal time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Yes, good. Yeah.
And let's see. So then the following week will be our opening night of IPO Liverpool, and we will celebrate that by doing our spot live from the cavern. Hopefully, Mark will have John Borak or somebody else as a guest host. They can do their thing while I'm setting everything up, trying to set up the ideal time for an interview or two with the bands who are playing IPO Liverpool that night or already did play. We'll go back to the dressing room where we usually do it. I'll also show a bit of some live stuff happening at IPO. It really was a good guess. Damn, even if I wasn't thrown off by the I don't think I would have gotten it any that close. But anyhow, so yeah, we'll show some live performance. This time I won't accidentally knock you out. Mama said knock you out. and we'll take
always
a tour
fun.
around. We'll take a tour around the cavern, and it should be fun. I mean, yeah, there might be some technical glitches along the way, but bear with us. This is always a great time. So that will be the 24th of May. The 31st and the 7th, 31st will be the last night of IPO Liverpool. So it would be, if we did that live again, it would be kind of a bit of repetition, no reason to do it. And then on the 7th, it will be the last night of IPO Stockholm. So we'll figure out what we want to do with those. Maybe I'll play some more music. One thing I could do, I'll certainly be getting a lot of music from the bands who are playing IPO Liverpool. I'll probably have a good stock of CDs and vinyl. Well, I can't play vinyl, but maybe I'll be able to get the tracks downloaded. So we could, I'll have a nice healthy amount of music. I do have a portable external CD drive, so I'll be able to.
The other idea I was thinking about is you're gonna be in Liverpool throughout the week. If you know where you might be during the day before it all starts, we could actually do a little pre-record show with one of the artists that's playing later in the day, and actually do,
wait, the day before it starts? I'm not sure.
No, during IPO Liverpool. Let's say, I mean, you're there at 10 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't start till whatever. We could do.
It starts at noon Liverpool time.
Right. Well, you could actually.
That would be a little. Oh yeah, we could do a pre-record, right? So we don't have to worry about what time it is in the U.S.
Right. Yeah, we do a pre-record. You could do a pre-record. Just put your phone up and on StreamYard. I could show you how to set that up real easy.
Yeah, show me how to set that up. I could. I'll look and see who's going to be around. And maybe they will. Maybe they would come by a few hours earlier, and we could. Yeah,
it's just an idea. It's something that'd be cool from Liverpool.
Now, if we do it at the club probably won't be open yet, but we can do it in front of the Cavern Club.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Or you could also do you could do a pre-record of walking around Matthew Street and showing external show, because everybody knows what we've seen inside the cavern when we've done this. But what does Matthew Street look like? What is the Lenin statue across the street and the Cavern Pub, and what does it look like around there if you kind of walked around a little bit and kind of gave it a play-by-play of what is there? That'd be kind of interesting for people who've never been there.
That would be very cool. Yeah.
So think about that. We'll talk about it.
That's a thought. And then maybe the following week after IPO Stockholm, that's when I could play. We could do two things. I could play music by bands who gave me music at IPO Liverpool and IPO Stockholm, and I could show some of my record finds, which
that would be kind of cool too. Because like a pre-record, you could actually, I think, add to everything. So you could do 10 minutes in a local record store in Stockholm and what you're.
We know which one.
Yeah, and then you go to another one and add to it, and just kind of build it. That'd be kind of neat. We'll talk about that. See if we. Yeah,
you'll have to show me how to. I mean, I guess I should, as long as I can sign in on my phone. I should, but you'll have to show me how to actually operate this, because you'll still be asleep. It'd be a little early for that.
But we'll talk about it. We could in the next couple of weeks we can do even a test run. You could just film some things in your office right there and see how it works.
I'm trying to think if I'll I will have time to go to Nostalgia Palazzo before Saturday's show. Before Saturday's and Sunday's show.
Yeah.
So that should be doable. All right. Yeah, not a bad idea.
That's
a very good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, cool.
And on the 14th.
Where are we at? Oh, the 14th. Yeah.
14th. Yeah, when I will be in Inverness, but not doing an IPO show. So this could potentially work out well. Who do you got?
Well, we got a great band that is currently on Wicked Cool Records, little Steven his label on the Underground Garage. They were on Pop Detective on my label for a little while. I've known them forever. They hail from some of them from Youngstown and some from Mechanicsburg. They actually have been,
Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, Youngstown, Ohio. They've been raking in some awards for Central Pennsylvania Artists of the Year. I think their latest award they just got was for one of their latest Wicked Cool singles. I'll have to verify all that, but I know they have been awarded quite recently with Central Pennsylvania Awards. But it's going to be the Jelly Bricks. We're going to have all 4 bricks. From what I'm being told, they're probably going to set that up.
I thought there were 5 bricks. They're no longer 5.
No, it's always 4 bricks. It's always
always was. Oh.
Yeah. 2 guitars, bass, and drums. 4 bricks.
Okay.
4 bricks of jelly, and but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. They've had a number of coolest songs in the world. Of course, being signed to Wicked Cool is very cool. And they just recently finished up the Underground Garage cruise, where they had tons of acts playing all week long, and the Bricks were all part of that.
When did that take place?
It took place, I think, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
It was a Caribbean cruise, I believe. It took off out of New York. And it might have been Bermuda. I'm not really sure where it went, but they had just tons of artists, not only Wicked Cool artists, but some pop 60s, 70s stuff. So yeah, really, we're going to hear all about that too. I'm sure that was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
Jelly Bricks. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't known them. Well, maybe I have known them as long as you. I don't know, but I haven't known them personally like you have. No. But I know that they're really nice guys.
Super nice guys. It'll be a lot of fun interview. It'll be good. So yeah, that's on the 14th at our normal 8 p.m. time. I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Following week, June 21st, I will be back home, probably wiped out, but nonetheless, I'll be ready for Material Issues and with a great guest, one of the most iconic power pop bands of all time is Shoes. I don't think anybody who loves power pop would argue that.
Right.
And a few years ago, we had one of their members, John Murphy, on as a guest. And now we're going to have a second member of Shoes, Gary Klebe, who has a brand new album called Out Loud, released on their label Black Vinyl Records. And Gary Klebe, I mean, yeah, I always loved his songs. Are probably the most cynical of the Shoes, of the songwriters in Shoes. I've always loved his work, and this new album is very top notch. So we'll play tracks from it. We'll talk about Shoes and other things that Gary has done, and that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, cool.
Let's go. On the 28th of June, we've never had a club owner as a guest on Material Issues, so I figured, well, if we're going to have a club owner, why not pick one who is a really cool guy, who's a musician himself, so he knows how to treat musicians at his venue. And it's one that we've used for IPO Chicago for the past 5 years. The venue is called Montrose Saloon on Montrose Avenue, appropriately enough, in Chicago. And our guest will be none other than Eric Cheel, the owner of the club. A lot of musicians in Chicago are very fond of him, and like I said, for good reason. He really knows how to run a venue. He knows how to staff a venue. His staff is all really cool people. I mean, he and his wife have been kind enough to let me stay at their home during IPO for the past several years, and it's done, and that's done me a great service for a number of reasons. And I'm very grateful.
I think it'll be interesting to talk to him also about how things have changed in the business of booking bands and touring bands and social media and everything that needs to be done in order to draw, and how that's really changed.
It's amazing, because he and I had that very discussion when I was just there, and we were talking about, like, for example, how COVID affected the business, and some of the positives and mostly negatives.
Yeah.
And he came up with things that I never would have thought about. And even though I've been doing IPO for all these years, I don't own a club, and I've never really had a discussion with club owners about the ins and outs of running a venue. I mean, there's some things that people may not think about, like alcohol and getting a license and dealing with distributors and what a headache that can be.
Yeah.
But he mentioned a few things to me that I never would have crossed my mind. But as a club owner, they were, really strong considerations, things he had to deal with. Other notes about Eric: he is in several bands, has been for several years. The Bon Mott's, Penthouse Suites, which is SWEETS, and Who's This Mary? Who's This Mary is coming to IPO Liverpool. Unfortunately, Eric, being the owner of the club, he can't leave, so there's gonna be another a third member, somebody else that different from Eric. It's a shame he can't come to Liverpool, but it'll be great to see Who's This Mary at the club at the Cavern anyway. But yeah, Eric's going to be a great guest. He's very insightful. He's a lawyer by trade, so also a very bright guy. So we'll talk about all of that and more. So cool, what? Man. We're on the 27th now, right?
That's the 28th. Now we're into July 5th, which we just
July 5th. Our guest, we've had two authors of Beach Boys books on the program. We had David Leaf and Stephen Gaines, both of whom wrote books to see the Beach Boys in a bit of a different light from each other. Now we're going to have another David who's going to join us, David Beard, who's been a Beach Boys fan and acolyte for many, many years, is the editor of, trying to remember the name of the magazine that comes out. Is it Surfer Stomp, maybe? I don't remember. He can scold me later. But he has a brand new book, all summer long, Conversations with the Beach Boys from Surfing to Smile. And
I've started into it. Yeah, he started.
They sent you good. Yeah. I told them to send you the PDF. So excellent.
It's very good.
I'm
so
sure
far,
it is.
So
David's very, very knowledgeable, and he's a very cool guy. I've hung out with him a few times, so this will be a book that will be of interest to many a Beach Boys fan.
Yeah, very much so. Very cool. Yeah.
Then on the 12th and 19th, we don't have anything scheduled yet. But on the 26th, Mark had a great idea that I should invite this artist. He's played IPO, not for a long time. He hasn't lived in an IPO town for a while. But early on he did. And he released a really cool album in 1996 called She. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, She.
And they're doing a 30th anniversary vinyl of it. And I have a feeling this is the first ever vinyl release of the album.
Yeah.
And he's a great singer-songwriter, really admired and loved by a lot of pop fans. I wouldn't say what he does is straight power pop, but it's certainly in the building. And a very clever lyricist as well. So, it'll be our pleasure to have Willie Wisely as our guest on.
Interesting, early on in the Pop Detective days, when the Dolmans were doing well and they came over to the U.S. and we did our Pop Detective tour, Willie played a few of the tour stops, came east and played with us, including the Bowery Electric. And
cool.
And then anytime he's come in here and played, he used to play World Cafe Live a lot. We'd always grab dinner. Just a very good friend of mine, and I've known him for a long time. Matter of fact, when that album She originally came out, he came to a small place in Philadelphia, small little club. I forget it doesn't exist anymore, but That's where I first met him. Not many people in the crowd, but he just killed it, and we just got along ever since. So
No, he's
looking forward to that. Yeah.
He's excellent and a very witty guy as well. If I knew he was that good a friend of yours, I would have asked you to get him. Why did I have to do it? No,
well, I mean, we talked about it, and then I've been going back and forth with him. He wanted some quotes. I think we talked to you about this of what he as an artist kind of sounds like with that She album, so he could tell people, this person said
doesn't really sound like too many people. He doesn't
got a
style of his own.
I was alluding to some artists that I hear certain things like, or certain songs like "Is That Love" by Squeeze. I get that little bit of thing,
I see that.
Jamie Noter Thomas with his song "Divided."
I don't know that song.
A couple things like that, like "Where Do You Go To, My Lovely," Peter Sarstedt.
Oh, wow.
He's got that little bit of lyrical and jazz-y kind of thing to him. But he's kind of written through a lot. He's a jazz artist as well. His jazz trio is really good. So you can understand.
Yeah, he does have some different kind of chord changes in there, and that's part of why he really has a style of his own, integrating, I guess, elements of jazz with the pop that he does.
Yes, indeed. So
I got to see him play at a house concert at his own house, which was he had a nice house up in the hills of Hollywood, but I don't. Again, he doesn't live in LA anymore. Is he in Minneapolis right now?
I think he lives back in Minneapolis. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if he still owns that house, but it was a pretty cool place, and he had a setup in there where he could, he had a makeshift stage, and it was a really good performance.
Yeah, he's quite the artist. So it's gonna be really interesting to talk to him about his career. Yeah.
So that will be on July 26th. So we don't have, at the moment, we don't have anything on the 12th and 19th. Maybe we'll use one of those days to play new music. Maybe we won't.
Yeah, we'll see.
Certainly, we always have irons in the fire. And, sometimes, when Mark and I speak off camera, sometimes an idea pops into one of our heads and we end up getting another guest. So,
yeah, you never know. And that's why, that's why we run this banner along here that says materialissues.com. Go there or come here to the Facebook group and subscribe, join the group. You get a little email on Fridays about what's happening on Sundays. And that's kind of what we do. We'll pop in a little bit of information, but to tell all your friends, we have a lot of fun here on Sunday nights. And hey, Tim, thank you so much.
Wow, that's the first time you said that. So we really appreciate it. We love you too, Tim.
Yeah, we love you too, Tim.
Thank you so much for, tuning in every week and for playing Beat the Bash or Stump the Bash or Something the Bash.
Yeah, and Itch the Rash. I think Itch the Rash is one of them. But yeah, it is. We've talked about this off camera and sometimes on camera, but we don't monetize this. We don't do this for any kind of money. We matter of fact, we lose money on this, but we do it to archive a lot of people's stories. We do it to play new music that, again, this is the kind of genre where you have to do a little work sometimes to find it. And we make it a little easier on you by playing these artists and telling you where you can find it.
And hopefully you are supporting these artists, because it's a very tough road to hoe these days. The music business. I mean, there are pluses and minuses with regard to being a musician now as opposed to 40 or 50 years ago, but it's very tough. It's always been difficult, but I think we're more aware of it now because the artists that are in our orbit are almost all independent. Yeah. While when we were growing up, they were all major label artists or big indie label artists or had big hits. And
that's kind of a weird truth about it is when we were growing up, primarily where you found the music was somehow through a radio, and in order to get on the radio, artists had to be on a pretty big label.
Generally, unless they were lucky,
Right.
unless some DJ played an independent label hit, like for example, Hanky Panky,
Right.
which
Right.
I don't think was on Roulette initially. I think it was on some small Detroit label, and some DJ, was it in Pittsburgh or somewhere in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Somehow picked up on it, played it, and the phones just lit up saying, "Who the hell is that? Play it again." And I think that got that record onto Roulette and eventually to #1 status on Billboard.
But that's what I'm saying. The way we found out about anything, there was no other alternative way than to hear it on the radio.
Right.
You might have read it in a magazine. You might have read something in the back of Rolling Stone or something that mentioned something, and you were like, well, I never heard this. I got to find it. But 99 times out of 100, you heard on the radio. In order to get on the radio, you generally had to be an entity already. You had to. Nowadays, the reason you have to work hard for it is because these bands that we're playing here tonight, you're not hearing them on the radio. It's
not on terrestrial radio anyway.
Right, not
terrestrial radio. Is there even
radio.
such a thing anymore? I don't know.
But even now, you've got to do a little work. They might be on Bandcamp, they might be on Spotify, they might be on whatever, but it doesn't pop up generally in a feed. You have to kind of do a little work. And
with that, I really want to thank my wife, Rena Bardfield. Without her, there's no way that I would be able to do IPO in all of these cities. She has an amazing amount of patience, and she doesn't mind going through Bandcamp, Spotify, YouTube, all of the different arenas, and listening to all these bands, and knowing my taste really well, deciding what I'm gonna like, what I won't. Sometimes, she'll find bands that she likes for sure, and she hopes I like them. But I wouldn't have the patience to go through all that, and she does. And so a lot of the bands that I've been playing on Material Issues over the years are ones that she has found.
Yeah.
Of course, there's so many other people to thank along these lines, but I really want to give her a shout out. I know she's not listening, but if she ever does, honey, I love you. Thank you so much for all of your help, for being an amazing wife. And I would say, I could say Happy Mother's Day to her, because she does have a daughter, Ombre.
Yeah, well, and you don't have to be a mother to be Happy Mother's Day if you have a mother, and we all do. There's
we all did. A lot of us did. They don't anymore.
But you did, and as I was telling a lot of customers today, because I worked all day at the restaurant and the bar, I say you're either you either are a mother, you have a mother, or you're a mother,
right?
And everybody got a laugh out of that.
Did that get you some tips? Because I remember you said Mother's Day is a terrible day for tips.
No, it's still terrible. But,
oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. But
it ain't no St. Patrick's Day.
We do okay, but it's just not. It's just a tough day to be at work. As anybody in the restaurant business will attest to, it's probably the worst day to be a waiter or bartender of the whole year. Yeah.
And you see, I wouldn't, as someone who doesn't work in a restaurant, I wouldn't have known that. I would have figured, well, it's crowded because it's Mother's Day. Everyone's in a really festive mood, so you're going to get a lot of tips, of course. And you schooled me on that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's just, nothing to anybody, but many people will take their mom out to a nice place, especially if you work at a nice place, one time a year on Mother's Day. The prices are jacked up through the roof because every restaurant does it.
They do?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because everybody wants to take their mom out, and there's only it's supply and demand.
Wow.
So you can charge the prices you want to price, and that's just what happens. Everybody knows it's no secret, customers. But where do customers that go out to a nice place once a year, where do they save money? On the tip, because they're like, well, we're not coming back here. They'll never remember, and and that it sounds terrible, but I think any waiter will agree with me that it does happen. Yeah,
I mean, do you literally get stiffed on the tip sometimes?
There are people who will stiff. There are people who who, maybe they've had a number of drinks and things and their alcohol bill's pretty high. And let's say their grand total for a party of 6 might be $500. Now, $500, 20% is average now today. So the tip should be $100. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
But you'll see maybe like a $50 tip. And it's like, well, why would you do? Well, we don't tip that. We had $200 worth of alcohol. We shouldn't tip that on just the bartender made it. But like the waiter is not making all $50. Out of that $50, he's got to tip his food runner, his busboy, the bartenders. There's a lot of money that goes, the dessert person, the glass polisher, everything. So out of $50, he might be walking away with $28.
See, and again, that's what people outside of any industry don't realize. They don't think it through. Like, for example, with the IPO compilation, I've had people say, well, you're getting really rich off this because your fee multiplied by 66 tracks you make, and then they do the calculation. Look how much you make. Not even thinking about the fact that I got to pay the mastering person. I got to pay the person doing the artwork. I got to pay the manufacturer. Yep. I then have to mail out Posted. The CDs to the artists who are on it. That's a lot of money. I mean, I'm not saying, yeah, I do make money on it, but it's nowhere near what people think.
Right.
Because they, again, the same thing with your tips. Like, well, should he get a $50 tip? It's like, well, I'm not really getting $50. I don't make a big salary doing this. I make my money on tips. But yeah, nobody wants to consider that.
Yeah, and as I said, for people who generally do not go out to a real nice place a lot, but they're going to take their mom out for Mother's Day. They're that's kind of the clientele where they don't understand.
Yeah.
Why 20% is now the average, the norm. If you go 22, 25, you're saying, great job. You really made our whole day by being who you were and taking care of us. So when they do a 10% or less tip, that's tough. That's tough.
I mean, I'm a decent tipper. I can't say I'm a big tipper, but I also don't drink, so my defenses aren't down. But the only time and Reno was with me, the only time we ever stiffed a server on a tip was this woman at this restaurant we used to frequent. We never met her before. And we weren't getting our stuff. And the reason why is she was constantly flirting with these young, good-looking guys sitting at another table. It's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Yeah. If you want to fuck them, get their number or give your number immediately and do your job, damn it. But, she was digging the guys and they were digging her and we were getting pissed off. I mean, it was taking an extra 10, 15 minutes for each thing. For, our appetizers, our dinners, and then the check. It's like,
and that's, there are things that are within a waiter's control. There's things that are not. And just simply paying attention and doing the little things is within their control. Now, and also on a Mother's Day, I guess everybody knows that they did 1,100 reservations today, 1,100 reservations from 11 o'clock in the morning till I think the last one was like 8 o'clock tonight or something. So that's a lot of people. And the kitchen is like, it's a limited menu. They're prepped for it so they can get things out quicker, but they're still backed up. It's busy. You got to come out and you got to realize that if it normally takes you an hour to get an appetizer and an entree at a regular restaurant on a regular night, it's going to take 2 hours on Mother's Day. It just is,
Yeah, I mean, more often than not, if something's not going your way with regard to anything in the service industry, it's probably for a pretty good reason that you're not considering.
Right.
Or
now on the other side of the court, I've been a waiter at high-end restaurants all my life. I've worked either, because I've had to, or I do it because to help them out or whatever. I'm very experienced in knowing how to keep communication with the customer as to what's going on, why things are delayed. You can do a lot of things to make people feel good. A lot of, my old school are no longer in the business waiting tables, and it's a lot of young people high school seniors, college kids that are now waiters, and they don't have a clue how to do that.
They haven't got a clue what to do.
To do. But it's a teenage rampage, I tell you.
Yeah, there you go.
So I mean, there's the other side of the coin where you don't have the old school experience anymore, so they don't understand. And you try to school them, but they don't understand how you keep that from happening by keeping communication open and you know, and people, trust me, people be okay if you let them know the kitchen's backed up. I know I didn't forget about you. We're doing the best I can. I'm fighting for you, and they're fine. Just relax, have a good time.
And if a waiter did that with me when things were delayed, I would a waiter, waitress, whatever, I would be totally fine with that.
Absolutely. But you know, it's a whole, you know, it's a business. You got to know what you're doing. And, you know, like many things over the years now, as we go on, it's an art form that's being lost, you know, being a really good waiter, you know, it's all good. Hey, I wanted to mention also our good friend that we had on here, Teresa Kariakis, a wonderful photographer. She Kariakis, gosh, I always say that, Kariakis. She's run up against some financial hardships, and if you go online and go to teresakariakis.com, she's selling some $5 ticket raffle chances for one of her original Blondie photograph prints.
Oh wow.
Okay. I think it's running until the end of tomorrow, or maybe next.
All right,
Monday.
I'll go over there then.
And help her out. She's
for sure.
She's had some things going on in her apartment complex that have shut down.
I know. She was going to come out to IPO Chicago to meet me and to sell a bunch of her photos and to take photos of bands and sell them there. And I told her she could do it, but then, for the reasons you just mentioned, she couldn't make it.
A message just popped up in my corner here, and I was like, I want to mention that tonight. So if you're into some of the best photography from the original punk days, Teresa was there, and you can check out our archive program. That was a fun interview. But if you want to meet original Debbie Harry Blondie photos, she's putting up an auction type of thing, or chances, so to speak. So check that out. But man, we got a lot of stuff coming up. I'm looking forward to it. This was a great fun show tonight, David. And we'll
thank you very much as always for taking the time and effort to putting these games together.
This was a tough one because I've been very busy this week and running up against a lot of things, but once I get in the groove, it kind of, then I get excited about it. It's fun, it's all good.
All right, cool. Well, I'm famished. It's 8:10. I haven't eaten for several hours, so.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Next week at our normal time, 8 p.m. with Morley Bartnoff, Burning Sensations, and Cosmo Topper, and it's going to be great. So check it out. Materialissues.com. Love to Rena.
Love to Ches and Audie. Love to all the mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Yes.
Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe.